Good afternoon, Laughing Buddha yogis. I'm taking my practice outside again today because it's beautiful. You might hear a little bit of wind on the audio, but you can hear my voice over it surely. It's just a little bit of a windy day, but it's too nice out to take the practice inside. So we are going to get on our mats and start in Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. So bringing your knees to the width of the mat and then sitting your sit bones back onto the heels. Begin to reach the arms forward, gently coming down, third eye to the mat. Trying to really press down with the palms to push the sit bones back and connect to the earth. Once comfortable here, begin to inchworm the fingers forward, getting your elbows up off the mat to activate this pose. Taking a few breaths here, setting an intention for your practice. The beauty about the planet Earth is that it always recovers, so just bringing that into mind. So letting go of all stresses that you may have and taking this time for yourself to relax, to unwind. Let's inhale the right arm high, gaze up, and exhale, bring it to the lower back or the left hip. Rest on the left shoulder and keep walking the left hands forward. Bringing that right shoulder back, just opening up a little bit here in the shoulder. Coming back to center. Inhale the left arm high, gaze up. And then bring it down to the lower back or the right hip, resting on the right shoulder, or right cheek, inchworming that right hand forward. Keep engaging that hand to press down into the ground and push the hips back onto the heels. Maybe your toes touch in the back. Beginning to engage your Uddiyana Bandha, bringing your navel into the spine and engaging Ujjayi Pranayama breath. As we inhale that left arm up, back down to Utthita Balasana, child's pose. Taking a couple more breaths here. Really stretching out those hips. Elbows up off the mat. And then come forward into a tabletop position. So we're stacking our shoulders over our wrists, hips over our knees. Send that right leg back for spinal extension. Flex the foot, toes are pointing towards the earth. Gaze is down or towards the top of your mat. Extend the left hand forward. Reach for opposite directions. So really as if someone was pulling you from side to side. We're gonna take a breath in, lift one more inch. Exhale, elbow to knee, cat round the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Reach back with that left hand, grabbing the outer aspect of the ankle, and kick into the ankle, gaze over that left shoulder. So opening up the shoulder, opening up the hip. If you fall, coming right back out. Or right back into it and come into your spinal extension one more time. So we're really reaching here, keep flexing that foot. Now we're gonna take it out to the side. So bringing that right foot forward, and that left hand is out to the side, palm facing the back. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center, and release. Left leg comes back, flex the foot, shoulders over your wrists, hug the belly into the spine, send the right arm forward, gaze is down. Concentrate on bringing that left leg up as high as the hip, no higher. This is a spinal extension. So we want a nice, strong, flat line in the body. Inhale, 1 more inch, lift up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. 1 more, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Reach back and grab the outer aspect of that ankle, kicking into it. Gaze over the right shoulder. Holding it for 5 more. If you fall out, just come right back in. You got all the time in the world. 2 and 1, release. We're gonna curl the toes under, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet if you need to. Become grounded with the earth, grounded with your mat. Send the hips up high, scoop the belly in. And let the head weigh restless. So we're gazing between the thighs towards the back of the mat. Let's inchworm our feet towards our hands, taking ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Shake your head, shake everything out. Shake it yes, shake it no. Doing a full circles. Now interlace your hands behind the lower back and rinse the arms. So you can have a gentle bend in the knees here, or you can pull the kneecaps back, trying to straighten the legs, getting a deeper stretch in the quads and calves. Imagine trying to touch your mat in front of you with your hands. Bring your toes to touch, heels are apart. Inhale, Utkatasana. Just getting into it right early. Sink those hips down, bring your arms up in line with the ears. Take your gaze up, spread your fingers. We're gonna inhale, bring that left or right knee into the belly, and then cross it over the left, just opening up that hip into an awkward chair. So you can bring your arms forward if you like. Take a couple pulses here. Coming back into Utkatasana. Come up onto the toes, lift the heels. So everything's connecting, we're squeezing through the thighs. With every inhale, you're bringing your arms back, reaching high. With every exhale, you're sinking a bit lower. Take 1 more breath in. Uttanasana fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring your big toes to touch, heels are apart. Inhale, Utkatasana. So our arms are raised up overhead, biceps are in line with the ears. We're sinking down with every exhale. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, sink down 1 more inch. Inhale, bring that left knee into the belly and then cross it over the right knee for awkward chair. Hands can come forward. Imagine like you're reaching for someone in front of you. And then pulse out the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that knee back down into Utkatasana. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, send that right foot back for a low plank. So we're going to drop to our back knee, flatten the back foot. Inhale that left arm high. Gaze is up, opening up the chest. Now we're going to fully come up into a warrior 2 figure. So we're facing the left side, palms are open, arms are strong, and inch that left knee forward. Now we're going to take a half split, arms come overhead, inhale. Exhale, reach it back and field goal or cactus the arms. Inhale, half split, bring the arms back, palms parallel with the earth. Inhale the arms back up into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Take one more. Bring them back up, arms field goal. Hands to the mat. Let's bring that left foot back for high plank. Take a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. We're on the tops of our feet. Gaze is up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left or right foot steps for low lunge. So we're dropping right to that back knee, flattening out the back foot. Inhale that right arm high, gaze is up. Bring that right shoulder back, taking the most out of this twist. And then we're coming up with warrior 2 arms. So we're twisting the upper body while the hips are facing forward. Try to gaze to that back hand. Now we are going to come into our half Hanumanasana, Ardha Hanumanasana. Palms are parallel with the earth. Inhale the arms up and field goal them. Get a nice circle in the arms. Come back, straighten that leg. Foot is flexed. Inhale, then back up and field goal. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, come back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale it back up, field goal the arms. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step that right foot back for high plank. Everyone take a breath in. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and a breath out. Inhale high in the toes, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana fold. Inhale, tall mountain rise. Bring your hands and knee overhead, take a back bend. Uttanasana fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. If you're jumping back, jump back to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Let's bend the knee, open up the hip. So getting that knee up nice and high as you can, heel close to your seat. See if you can gaze under that left arm. Maybe you can see your toes. If you would like a challenge, maybe you can see if you can gently pick up that right hand and grab that right ankle. Sending it back down. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Knees up nice and high. That right heel is driving into the mat. heel is close to your seat. Gaze under the right arm. See if you can see your toes. For a little bit of an added challenge, maybe you can lift that right hand up off the mat, grabbing that left ankle. See if you can get it. Give it a couple shots. If you fall out, come right back in. And then downward facing dog. Shifting forward into your high plank, we're gonna come down to our forearms for a forearm plank. So hugging that belly in, navel into the spine, Uddiyana Bandha, palms are flat on the earth, and really pushing the ground away with our forearms. Sinking our butt down low. And we're going to take dolphin a little early. So tippy toe the toes in. Taking all that weight onto the forearms, working the shoulders. If you have a Pincha Mayurasana in your practice, you can kick up and get it. Or you can walk it back out to a low plank. Come back up to high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job. Take a breath in and exhale it out. Right foot steps, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So taking time to set up. I am sweating already. That back heel, we're pressing on the blade edge. Our knee is aligned with the ankle, and inhale the arms, gaze up. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale as you sink down into your furthest lunge. Give it all you got today. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward. So we're just squaring them off to the front of the mat. Inhale, exhale, sink one more inch. Inhale, gaze up, take a back bend. Keep that knee where it is. Hands to the mat, Ekapada or Ekapada in your flow, if that is in your practice. So keeping that right leg lifted. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, left foot steps, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhaling as you rise, arms up in line with the ears. Press on that blade edge of the back foot. Use those strong legs to lift you up. Reach high. Inhale. Exhale, sink one more inch down. Keep in mind what your hips are doing. Bring that right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, sink one more inch. Inhale, take a back bend. Hands to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, option for Ekapada, one-legged flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, high in the toes. Bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana fold. Big toes touch. Inhale, Utkatasana. Rock your weight into your heels, lift the toes. Bring your arms back, shoulder blades down. Now we're going to sweep our arms behind us for airplane chair. Right now we're going to pulse the arms here, so bringing them up to the highest that you have, and then pulsing from there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep sinking down low, 3, 2, 1. Inhale those arms back up, come up onto the toes. And Uttanasana fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Right foot steps, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2. The back foot shifts parallel to the back of the mat. So those arms are reaching for both sides of the mat, both sides of the room. Keep that right knee forward, stacked over the ankle. Right hand flips, inhale, reverse your warrior. Gazes up. Cartwheel the hands, Ekapada Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Taking it nice and deep. It's our longest pose front to back on the mat. Arms should be parallel, gaze over left hand. Keep bringing that left knee forward. Dig into the blade edge of that back foot. Left hand flips, inhale, reverse, gazes up. Cartwheel the hands, Ekapada Chaturanga. Taking a few breaths here. Let's inhale high in the toes, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, Uttanasana fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, queen chair. So we are sinking down, bringing those arms up high. If my arms are out of view, you know where they are. They're up over my head. I'm trying to bring my arms back as much as I can. Shoulder blades back and down. Bring your hands to heart center. Hinge forward and twist to the right, but not taking that elbow to the knee yet. First, we're gonna concentrate on this twist. So gaze up over the shoulder. See if you can see what's behind you, and then connect that elbow to the knee, the outside. Gaze over the shoulder. Option to blossom your hands here. You can take a bird of paradise by dropping that right hand down to the left hip. This left hand comes reaching in between the thighs and grasping for that hand. As we slowly rise up, lifting that left leg, and then pointing the toe out. Coming back down into our Parita Utkatasana. Gazing over that shoulder, let's lift that left leg back, step it back for Parita Ashtachandrasana, revolved crescent lunge. Gaze stays over that right shoulder. Option to blossom the arms again. Bring that arm to the lower back. Maybe you can bind here. If you have the bind, or you can use a towel, lift up through that back kneecap to find height and stability, and then gaze over the right shoulder. Just taking a couple breaths here. Hands to the mat. Step that right foot back for down dog split. Now we're going to bring right knee, right elbow. Down dog split. Right knee, right wrist. Down dog split. Right knee, left elbow. Down dog split. Left wrist. down dog split, and then drop it back down. Downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale high in the toes, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana fold. Bring your heels apart, inhale, Utkatasana. Arms are up in line with the ears. Sink the booty down. Hands to heart center. Lean forward, and we're going to bring our twist to the left, but our elbow is still not connected to the knee. We're going to try to intensely take this twist first. Gaze is way over the left shoulder. And then place that elbow on the outer knee. Now you can use it for resistance to open the heart, gaze more over the left shoulder. Hands are at heart center. Option to bind here or blossom the arms here. Maybe bring that left hand down to the lower back or the right hip. Right hand comes in between the thighs. Taking your bird of paradise if it's in your practice. Nice and slow. Pointing that leg. Coming back down into your revolved Utkatasana, your Paramita Utkatasana. And then that right foot steps back for Paramita Ashta Chandrasana, revolved half or crescent lunge. Blossom the arms here if it's in your practice. Take a bind here if it's in your practice. If you don't have the bind yet, again, use your towel if you have one. Rise up through that back kneecap to find your height. Gaze over left shoulder. Holding it here for a couple breaths. Keep pressing that left knee forward. Back leg up. Hands frame out the front foot. And bring that left foot back for a down dog split. Left knee, left elbow. Shoot it back. Left knee, left wrist. Shoot it back, down dog split. Left knee, right elbow. Shoot it back, down dog split. Left knee, right wrist. Down dog split. And we're going to drop it back down, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Grounding down, coming back to your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. We're taking a sip of water. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Right foot steps for crescent lunge. So we're on the ball of the back foot. The heel is lifted. We're framing out that front foot. Inhale the arms up overhead. Hands to the mat. Step the back foot to the front. Inhale, Utkatasana. Lots of these today. Uttanasana fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge when you're all set up. Hands to the mat, down dog split. Now we're gonna walk our hands back towards our standing leg, taking some handstand hops if it's in your practice, or maybe trying to just grab the back of that calf for some balance. Flex that back foot, try to get it up to your hip. Right hand comes in front of that right foot, and we're opening up to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Keep flexing that left foot. Take your gaze up if you can. Take a candy cane if you can by grabbing that outer ankle. Hands to the mat. Let's walk it back out to our down dog split. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps, crescent lunge. Inhale as you rise. Hands come up overhead. Get into that nice deep crescent. Rise up through the back of the kneecap. That left knee should be stacked over the ankle. Hands to the mat. Step the back foot to the front. Inhale, Uttanasana. Uttanasana fold. Left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Hands to the mat. Down dog split. Right leg comes back and up. Now we're going to walk our hands back towards that standing leg for handstand hops if it's in your practice. Or you can wrap those hands around the calf for your balance. Try to flex that back leg, bringing it up to your hip. Left hand drops in front of that left foot as we open up to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Maybe you can take your gaze up to the lifted hand. Maybe you can grab a candy cane by grabbing that outer aspect of the ankle and kicking into that leg. Maybe you can bring that left hand to the center of your chest or lower back. And then we're going to walk it back out towards our down dog split, downward facing dog. Right foot steps, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, warrior two. Right hand flips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. We're coming right down into Trikonasana, straightening that front leg. Bringing that left shoulder back, right hip forward. Take your gaze up towards the sky. That right hand should be at a hover. So there should be triangles in this position. Triangle here, here, here. Pull that left shoulder back some more. We're going to inhale, slowly rise. Bring our feet parallel with each other, facing the side of the mat. Hands to your hips. Inhale, take a back bend. And exhale, fold forward. Trying to bring the crown of your head onto the mat. And then bring your hands, thread them through your legs, walk them out towards the side. If you have a headstand in your practice, you can take that from here, whether it's a tripod or an assisted headstand. Or you can even take crow from here. So whatever your inversion is today, I'm taking kind of a weird crow into a handstand or a headstand if the wind doesn't knock me down. Or for our handstands, we can come up into that egg shape and then shoot your legs up. Not going to work for me in this wind, so I'm going to stay where I am. Right hand goes to the left ankle, left arm lifts, gaze follows. Switch sides. Right arm lifts, gaze follows. Hands to the hips. We're going to slowly rise up, leading with the chest and lower back. Right foot pivots to the front of the mat. Step the back foot in for Parsvottanasana. So we're bringing our hips, shifting them forward. Grab opposite elbows behind your back, or you can take reverse namaste. Inhale, take a back bend. And exhale, fold forward, forehead to knee. If you'd like to take swan pose, you can lift that back leg off the mat, trying to flex the foot, bringing it up as high as the hip, and then rise up through the shoulders, broaden the chest. Drop that leg back down if you had it lifted. Pyramid variation. Fingertips are back, facing the back of the mat. Wrists are forward. Drop your nose to your knee. Bring that left hand to the inner right foot. We're going to inhale that right arm high, gaze up. And now lift that back leg again for a revolved half moon, Pararita Ardha Chandrasana. Once again, taking that gaze up. If you can lift that left hand off your mat, maybe bringing it to your lower back or the center of your chest. And then slowly come back down, back foot meets the front. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's jump back or step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps, Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Inhale as you rise. Nice strong warriors. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. So we got our back foot aligned with the back of the mat. Left knee is stacked over the ankle. Left hand flips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, straighten the leg. We're coming into our triangle pose. Once you get your steadiness, find that lift, that rise in the right hand. Hover that left hand over the mat. Take your gaze up to the lifted hand. Bring the right shoulder back, left hip forward. Keeping the palms open, we're going to slowly rise, coming into goddess pose. So goddess pose, our heels are turned in, toes turned out. And field goal the arms. Bring your hands behind your head. We're going to touch our knee with that right elbow. Bring it back. Left elbow, left knee. Bring it back. Here for 10. 9. 8. Keep sinking down. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Back to your goddess pose. Field goal those arms. Come up onto the tippy toes. Activate those thigh muscles. Sink down 1 more inch. And then slowly come back up. Pivot to the front of the mat. Left foot's facing forward. Step that back foot in a little bit. Opposite elbows or reverse namaste for Parsvottanasana. Inhale, take a back bend. And exhale, fold. Option for swan pose, lifting that right leg off the mat. Flexing that foot, getting it in line with the hip, and then lift up through the chest. Think upward facing dog. Pull the shoulder blades back. Back foot drops to the mat. Coming into our pyramid variation, fingertips to the back of the mat, palms forward, nose to knee. Bring that right hip forward, left hip back. Keep in mind what they want to do. Constantly fix your alignment throughout your practice. Take the right hand to the inner left foot, and we're going to lift that back leg for a Pararita Ardha Chandrasana. Left arm lifts. Maybe you can bring that right arm up, taking it to your lower back. Not on solid ground today, so it's a little more challenging outside. And then back foot meets the front, forward fold. Let's inhale, Utkatasana, queen chair. Sick of these yet? Lower it down all the way down to the butt. We're going to come right into Navasana, boat pose. So trying to keep our hands off the back of our thighs. Our toes are pointed. Palms are facing the sky. Bring that chest up, so we're trying to straighten the spine. Lower down to a low boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. Hold it. Inhale the arms up overhead. Bring them down to heart center. And we're going to Russian twist for 10, 9, 8, 7. You guys with me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full Navasana. Lower down to a low boat. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Bring your heels in towards your seat. We're going to take our pose of the month, the wheel, Urdhva Dhanurasana. First starting out with a bridge pose, Situ Bandha Sarvangasana. We're going to keep our palms flat on the mat by our sides. Walk the heels in as much as you can. Maybe you can take a grab of your heels during this. And we're going to rise up through the belly. Start walking the shoulders in. Try to gaze at the navel. Keep your knees, hips width distance. And just breathe through it, pushing down into the palms to really squeeze the glutes up. Bring it down to a hover. Bring it up one more time, all the way up, even higher than the last one. Really challenge this. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Setting up for your Situ Bandha Sarvangasana or Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel pose. For wheel, your fingertips are going forward, wrists are towards the back of the mat. Walk those feet in, try to keep those knees, hips width distance. You can use a block if you have one. And on your inhale, you're going to rise. Push hard into the hands. Walk the feet in. Try to keep them hips width distance. Try to straighten the arms, pushing the chest towards the back of the mat. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Tuck the chin, slowly lower. We have one more. Bridge or wheel, Situ Bandha Sarvangasana or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Set up the hands, set up the feet, bridge or wheel. In this variation, if you're solid in your wheel, I challenge you to take one arm up. Lower it back down. Take the other arm up. Lower it back down. Now take one leg up. Lower it back down. Take the other leg up. Tuck the chin slowly lower. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a couple rocks side to side. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Hear that wind. Now we're going to take the back of the legs. Bring your feet to 90. Hands are down by the sides. Bring them to 60. Back up to 90. To 30. To 90. To 20. Slow and controlled. To 90. To 60. To 30. To 60. To 30. To 60. To 30. To 60. 2-inch hold. Now release the palms from the mat. Gaze at the feet and flutter kick for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Bring the knees into the chest, arms behind the head. And we're just going to come to a cannonball. Elbows touch the knees. Slow and controlled, send it back out. Try to eliminate sliding on the mat. We're at a 2-inch hold. Knees into the elbows, cannonball squeeze. Send it back out, 2-inch hold. We have 10 of these, 10 more at your own pace. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2-inch hold one more time. We have 10 seconds here. Squeeze those toes together. Focus on the calming of the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Full release. Bring your arms up overhead. Maybe take Supta Baddha Konasana for a moment. Feet touch, right arm over the belly, left hand over the heart. Breathing in through the nose. Pause. And exhale through the nose. Pause at the end. We're going to take our knees into our belly. Rock it forward and backward. See if you can chaturanga through. Jumping back to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, guys. Right leg lifts. Inhale, exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Step it through for Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So we are flexing our right foot, aligning it with the side of the mat. The calf is aligned with the top of the mat. So you can hold that leg in place. Inhale, take a back bend. Curl the back toes under. And exhale, come down to your furthest expression, whether that's on your forearms or completely flat. Feel the release in the body, the release in the hips. What feels painful is that release. It can bring up thoughts, it can bring up certain emotions, anything you might be holding on to. This is the time to let it go, to breathe through it, to allow what is to be what is and what is not to be what is not for now. Come back up onto the palms of the hands. Your back toe should be already curled under. Step it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Step it through, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So again, we're aligning this foot flexed towards the side of the mat. Calf is flat, parallel with the top of the mat. Curl the back toe under. Inhale, take a back bend. And exhale, fold forward. So your deepest expression. Hands can go overhead. They can go behind the head in Samasthiti prayer pose. I love this. It just seems to bring everything down a little bit more into the hip. So taking a few breaths here as we wind down into some final stretches. Bring your hands back to the mat. Let's rock onto the left hip. Right foot comes around to meet the left. Taking Baddha Konasana, so seated Supta Baddha Konasana. Inhale the arms up overhead. First, we're going to twist to the right, taking that right hand to the outer knee, gaze over right shoulder. Inhale the arms back up overhead. And twist to the left, gaze over left shoulder. Really feel that twist in the side body. Inhale the arms up and exhale, fold forward. Coming down to your furthest expression. If you'd like, you can take the palms of your forearms and place them underneath your calves, palms facing up. And see if that gives you more leverage to get your head down to the mat. And we're going to straighten the legs for a traditional closing Western forward fold. And we are facing west. Inhale the arms up and exhale, fold. Grabbing the blade edge of the feet. We're gazing forward, bringing the elbows back, trying to get those forearms to the mat. Bring it back in and come all the way onto the back. Taking spinal twist, right knee comes around and into the shoulder. Bring it over to the left, cactus that right arm, and gaze to the right. Close the eyes. Really pull that knee down towards the earth. Switch sides. Left knee comes up and around into the shoulder. Twist to the right, gaze left. Cactus the left arm, keep the shoulder connected to the mat. Bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself one last big hug for your practice, for showing up today amidst all the madness and craziness and being quarantined and being locked in. The happiness starts from inside. So thank you for being here with me today. Come up into Sukhasana, easy seated, comfortable position on the mat. Hands to heart center as we end our practice. Traditionally, eyes closed. Let's take a breath in here together. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Deep breath in. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. Exhale, bow forward. Thank you so much for letting me guide your practice today. Virtually, the light, the warrior in me sees and honors the light and the warrior in you. Namaste. Great job, everybody. Until next time, this is Rachel. Happy yogis.